There's so many different ways to make money online that there's no reason all of us shouldn't be making money right from the comfort of our homes.
She's an icon, she's a legend, and she is the moment. Now come on now.
What's up, icons? It's the iconic fashion figure, and today I'm going to run through 20 different ways to make money online in 2022. Now, when I go through all 20 of these ways, of course, I'm going to tell you what the business is, but I'll give you the business type. So if it's product or service, then I'll go through the amount of time that'll be required from you. So is it little to no time? Is it a moderate amount of time? Or is it very time consuming? And then I'll tell you also the amount of money required to start up the business. So is it little money, no money at all, or is it going to be an investment? And then of course the profit that you'll make off of this business, because of course we're doing this to make money. So how much money can you make off of this idea? Is it very little profit? So basically a side hustle? Is it a payday where you can replace it with your 9 to 5? Or is this going to be a money maker for you? So not only are you leaving your 9 to 5, but this will most likely be your only source of income and you won't need anything else. So let's get through these 20 ways to make money online in 2022. Oh, and by the way, so I know my channel is mainly about starting an online boutique, which I know most of you want to do, or you're already starting, but maybe you need some other ideas on how to bring in some extra income while you're getting started, or maybe you need this income to actually start your online boutique. So of course I'm going to continue helping you start your online boutique, but these are some other ways to make money online as well. So starting out with number 1, which is NFTs. And I'm starting with NFTs just because I already touched base on this a little bit in a previous video. Plus it's like the talk of the internet right now anyway. So let's just get NFTs out of the way at number 1. And this is going to be a product-based business. Now I know it's all online and NFTs are technically digital, but it is still a product that you're selling. You're not offering a service. The amount of time you would have to put into this is moderate. So you do have to put in time to this to create the NFTs, whether it's digital art, photography, whatever it is that you're using for your NFTs, you actually have to take the time to create it and then of course list it to sell it. But the startup money on this can be little to none. Like you really don't need to put in much money on this, especially if you're creating those little funny graphics that people are selling. Most people might pay for Procreate on an iPad and start sketching. I think Procreate is like $10. So that'd probably be the most that you would spend. Or you can use software that you already have to create the digital artwork and then list it to sell. But the profit on this, depending on if you find the right buyer, this could be a huge money maker. Do you know how much money some people are making off of NFTs? Now of course you have to get the right exposure, but once you do, you can make a ton of money off of NFTs. Now we're going into number 2 with print on demand. So for those of you that want to stay in the fashion industry and do something with clothing or clothing related products like accessories and things like that, print on demand is another way you can make money online. And basically print on demand is, let's say we have this top that I'm wearing and you've created a graphic to go on it. When you list that item online and people buy it, it's almost like dropshipping. You then go to whatever printer you're using to print your products, you order it, they'll create the printed item, so let's say this printed top, and then they ship it to your customer. So it's literally on demand. They will print it as you buy it, or as your customers buy it, I should say. So this is a product-based business. It does take a little time because you have to actually create the graphics. Unless you have someone create the graphics for you, you will need some type of graphics that is being printed on the items you are selling. The startup money though is literally none. Again, it's almost like the NFTs. Whatever software you're already using, you can use like Canva for free and create your graphics and use those for your print on demand. But the profit level on this, I would call this a side hustle. Most people tend to do print on demand more as a side hustle. Now don't get me wrong, you can actually make money off off of this and turn this into like a payday to replace your 9 to 5. But most times when people are starting out, they usually use this as more like a side hustle. And moving right along into number 3, third way to make money online is with custom or handmade products. So think like an Etsy. This can be custom made wigs. People like to dye and color wigs and resell them. This can be jewelry. This can be clothing. Whatever it is that you like to customize or you hand make, you can resell those items. So again, this is a product-based business. The timing on here, I'm going to say moderate to time consuming, depending on what it is that you're making and how long it takes you to make it, because this is handmade. You actually are putting in time and effort into this business. The startup cost, because this is such a general category with custom made whatever, the startup can be little to no startup cost. It really depends on what it is that you're making and the supplies you need to make it, but your profit off of it. I'm going to just say this again is a side hustle because of course, because this is a general category, this can range from side hustle to payday. It really depends on your profit margins on these handmade items that you are selling. But a lot of times people make their handmade items and resell them as more of a side hustle or a second income. Number 4, did you guys know like those digital planners that I was showing you guys how to make? You can actually sell those, and people are making money off of selling digital planners and journals. You can sell them on platforms like Amazon KDP. So again, this is going to be a product-based business. And the timing, just from experience, because I've created a few different digital planners, it's a moderate amount of time it's going to take. It is not like a 5-minute job that you can do instantly and then just make money off of it. It does take time, so I would do a little here and there each day over maybe like a course of a week. It depends on how much time I actually put into it and how much of a planner I'm doing. I have seen some planners, well, not even planners, but more journals, where it's like the same page over and over again in the journal. So let's say, for example, a to-do list template, and you have 365 to-do list templates in that journal that are all the same. You just have one for each day, and people will sell that. So that would be a lot easier to make. But if you're doing a full digital planner like how I showed you guys how to do, that will take a little more time. So this is a moderate amount of time making these planners and journals to sell on Amazon KDP. The startup cost is none. It literally doesn't cost you anything to make these. You can actually make them in Canva as well, but you really don't need to pay anything to make them. It's really easy. It just takes some time. I would say this would be a side hustle. I've seen like some videos on YouTube, you guys can search it yourself, where people are teaching you how to make money on Amazon KDP, and they're talking about how they're making $10,000 a month and all this stuff. I don't know how true it is because I've never actually tried it, but I'm sure, just like with any of these ideas on here, the amount of time and effort you put into it, you can really turn any of these ideas into a payday or an actual money maker if you really want to. If your heart truly desires and that is what you want to do, you can make money off of all 20 of these ideas I'm giving you. But if you're using this just to bring in some extra money like most people most likely are, it'll more than likely just be a second income. And then at number 5, since we're on the digital products topic with the digital planners, number 5 is digital products like templates. So if you go on Etsy, you'll notice you can buy templates for pretty much everything. There's email templates on there, to-do list templates, business plan templates, like I gave you guys one for free. So that is going to be a product-based business. The amount of time is little to none. I've done a few digital templates for you guys in a couple different videos. For example, the business plan template that I created for you guys, I literally created that maybe like 10 minutes before uploading my video and provided you guys with the link. So those templates really don't take much time once you know what it is that you want to do. The startup cost is absolutely none. I use Canva to create those templates completely free in 5 to 10 minutes, and then I provide it to you guys. But the profit on here, you can definitely create a side hustle just off creating these digital templates and selling them on platforms like Etsy or even on your own platform, selling them through social media as well. Now, the reason I say side hustle for this is because those templates are usually low cost. Like some of those templates are selling for like $2 or $3. You might find some for like $10. I mean, you're not putting any money into this, just your time, but you're selling them for a lower cost, which means you will have to sell a ton of them to really make this a money maker. So I'm going to call this a side hustle. And the 6th way to make money online in 2022 is with affiliate marketing. Now, you guys have heard me talk about this. If you watched my Vlogmas videos, I talked a little about affiliate marketing there. And affiliate marketing is more of a service rather than a product. I mean, whatever brand that you're affiliated with may offer a product, but technically you're offering a service to that brand who's then selling the product. So affiliate marketing is more of a service-based business. The timing is literally pretty much no timing. Once you get set up with the brand to do the affiliate marketing, you're pretty much just providing the link for people to shop on. Now, I will say, because it is marketing, you have to create some type of marketing. For example, if I were to sit here and record a video trying to get you guys to click on one of my affiliate links, this will take some time. Or let's say you're creating a TikTok or a reel on Instagram. It may take you 10-15 minutes to create that and then try to get people to click your link. So it is little to no time, but it really doesn't take much time at all, especially if these are things you guys are already doing, like posting on social media, and then you're including the link in your bio or something like that. So affiliate marketing is a way to go, and you can work with a ton of different brands and have several different links. The startup cost is none. This doesn't cost you anything. You just have to find the brands that you can get signed up with and start providing people with those links. And once people click on your link and start purchasing through your link, you'll start making money. The profit on here, again, depends on how serious you are about this, because it can be very small. So your profit each month may be like $100 a month. So that may be a night out for the month or dinner for 2 nights throughout the month or something like that. But if you are going like the influencer route and you're going big time with the affiliate marketing and sponsorships and all of that stuff, you can make big money off of this. Some people, especially influencers, make a ton of money off of affiliate marketing. So again, it depends on how serious you choose to take this. This can be a side hustle or it can be a huge money maker if you really want it to be. And since we're talking about affiliate marketing and influencers and all that stuff, let's go into number 7 with content creator. Now, you don't have to be an influencer to be a content creator. Let me get that clear right now, because I know most of you will say, I don't want to be an influencer, but you can actually be a content creator without being an influencer. And let me explain how. So there are brands, I can tell you myself that there are brands out there, because I'm always looking for somebody else to do my content, because that is probably my least favorite part. But there are brands out there that will pay people to create their content, and it doesn't even have to be your face. It can be content like carousels that have text in it, or just doing the captions and the tags for them. You can actually be creating the videos, so like TikToks and Reels. That's usually what people are looking for right now, because that's hot right now. But they will actually pay you to create that content for them. And this video is not sponsored, but there is an app out there called Billow where you can actually sign up, and there's brands on there that will pay you to create the content for them. So you record the video, because most of them are looking for videos right now. You record the video of the product, send them the video, and they pay you for that video. It is literally that simple. And there's other platforms out there too, and you can also contact brands as well, and they will pay you for creating the content for them. So of course, this is going to be a service-based business. You are offering your time and energy to create this content for them, whatever content it is that they need. Now, of course, if they sell a product, they will most likely send you the product, because you'll need the product to create the content. But again, you're offering your service. You're not actually selling the product, even though technically your content, you need to be selling the product, because otherwise they're not going to work with you again. So the amount of time, this can be time consuming. Just speaking from someone that's always trying to make content, whether it's photo shoots to great pictures, video content, you have to plan, prepare, you got to get dressed to do this stuff, and then actually record it, and you need to edit it. Don't send them unedited content, because you might not get paid. They actually want this stuff ready to be posted, because it saves them a lot of time. So this will be time consuming for you. However, there's no cost really for this to start up, unless you're spending money to like go to locations to record content, because you're really getting creative with your content. But other than that, there's no startup cost with this. All you need is your phone and whatever product or service it is that you need to create the content for, and you just create your content. Now, the profit off of this. especially if you get the right brands. This can be a huge money maker, because do you know how much brands make off of this content you are creating? So they will definitely pay you. And if you link content creation with the affiliate link, so tell them, I'll create your content and also give me a link for people, if they click on my content, you double paid. You're getting paid for creating that content and the affiliate links. So being a content creator, you can make huge money off of that. Trust me, you can make good money off content creation. So if you're looking for a low startup, or I should say no money startup, but you want to make a huge profit, content creation is a way to go. So now let's go into number 8. I was talking about content creation for a minute now. Number 8 is virtual assistant. Again, this is one that I can personally speak on. I've never been a virtual assistant, but I know what it's like as an entrepreneur, always needing help with something. So as a virtual assistant, you will offer a service. So this is a service-based business to help others with tasks that they may need help with. More than likely, it's going to be some type of entrepreneur, CEO, business owner, usually the ones that are hiring virtual assistants to help them with their day-to-day tasks, whether it's emails, scheduling, appointment making, that type of stuff. It could be data entry, anything like that. You can sign up and be paid for your time for doing this stuff. Now, of course, this is a time consumer, because some of these tasks could take all day. Some of these tasks may only be an hour, but being an assistant is time consuming. The startup cost really is no startup cost at all. As long as you already have a computer or laptop and internet service, you can pretty much do virtual assisting from anywhere, and you don't really need to pay for anything. The profit off of this can turn into a payday. A lot of virtual assistants are replacing their 9-to-5s with being a virtual assistant, because you can literally do an 8-hour shift just doing virtual assisting. And then a lot of the people that are hiring virtual assistants aren't just hiring you for one day, they're usually hiring you for a span of time. They want you every day. So you will be replacing your job with being a virtual assistant. So this is definitely a payday, and usually is a good payday. It's not a minimum wage payday. And then number 9, I'm going to throw this one in here, even though you guys most likely already all know about this, and that is drop shipping. I'm not huge on drop shipping. I feel like it's starting to slow down, but there are still drop shippers out there that are making really good money. And I'm going to tell you how you can make good money off drop shipping if you want to go the drop shipping route. So of course, this is a product-based business. Even though you don't actually touch the product, you are selling a product. The timing on this could be little to moderate. Most people just find a company that will ship for them, list the products online, and that's pretty much all they need to do. So that would be little time. But that used to be the old way of drop shipping, when drop shipping was new and customers didn't really understand it, so they would just buy whatever it was you're selling. But now that customers truly understand drop shipping and they know that you don't own the product, for some reason they don't like that. If you don't own it, they don't want to buy it from you. They want to buy it from whoever owns that product. So drop shipping has become a little tough. Plus, with all the competition, with everyone trying to drop ship, it's definitely harder to tap into drop shipping. So you're going to need to put in more time and effort into this. So I'm going to say drop shipping is more moderate when it comes to the timing nowadays. And that is because you need to spend more time marketing. So if you really want to do well with drop shipping, you have to spend more time marketing the products that you are selling. So in 2022 is not just about listing a product online, so taking the pictures from the original owner and posting them on your own website. You're going to need to do more now. You need to market more. I recommend getting the product and creating your own content for it, or hire a content creator to create the content for you to market this product, so people can see that you have the product, you touch the product, you know all about the product, you like the product yourself, and you're not just listing any product from the internet on your website and selling it to other people. They can actually see you stand behind this product because you're actually marketing that product. So if you're going into drop shipping in 2022, I suggest putting more time into this business if you really want to do well with it. So your startup cost is usually little to none, because drop shipping, you don't buy the product until after you sell it. So you usually don't spend anything until you've already sold it, which technically you're not spending spending your money because the customer's already paid you, you're spending their money. But you may have to put in a little money into marketing if you're going to market like I suggested, or creating a website. If you're not using like the free Canva website I showed you guys how to create, you may have to pay money to create a website. So you may spend a little money, or you can do this completely free and spend no money at all. But the profit here, I would say, unless you're going the route with truly marketing like I'm suggesting, this is most likely just a side hustle. But if you're really putting forth that effort and truly marketing this and branding this into your actual business, this can be a payday or money maker for you. And then at number 10, we have resale. And when I say resale, I don't mean buying wholesale products and reselling those. I mean actual like thrifting and reselling products. Or maybe you have old products at home, like clothing in your home that you want to resell on Poshmark. But this is more like the consignment type of reselling. This seems to be huge right now. A lot of people are doing really well with thrifting. So going to the thrift stores, buying vintage items, and then reselling them online, whether it's on their own platform or platforms like Poshmark. I will say Poshmark nowadays is very competitive. But of course, if you put in the time, you can truly make money off of this. So before I get into time, of course, this is a product-based business because you're selling items that you've thrifted. And it doesn't have to be just clothing. It can be handbags, shoes, accessories, home products, whatever it is that you want to sell. So now back into the time. So as far as the timing, this can be moderate to very time consuming because you have to spend the time actually shopping and buying these items and then cleaning them. Hopefully you're actually cleaning them and then listing them to resell. Some people even turn this into their handmade business like I mentioned in the beginning, because they'll buy these thrifted items and reconstruct them so that they actually fit the current trends right now. So this can be time consuming if you allow it to. Or it can be something pretty easy like reselling the clothing that you own, or maybe you get donations from like friends and family and you resell those thrifted items. The startup cost, I would say little startup cost because you do have to buy the thrifted items unless again they're donations to you and then you resell them, but you may have to put a little money into this. The profit off of this, I'm going to say it is a side hustle or it could be a payday. Now, I know a few people out there that are actually doing this and it's a huge money maker for them. But again, it depends on how serious you choose to take this. And number 11, did you guys know that you can actually buy and sell domain names? Now, for those of you that don't know what a domain name is, that's basically like your website URL. That's the hyperlink that you will provide to people to actually go on your website. So this would be a product-based business because you are selling domains. Even though it's not a tangible product, is still a product. The timing here, I would say, will require a little bit of time from you. Not too much time, but you need to research to see what domains you should buy, because basically when selling domains, you have to find those keywords that people are most likely going to go search and want to actually create a business name off of that and try to actually buy that domain. And they'll go to try to buy it and see that someone's already purchased it, which would be you if you're doing this business. And they will be required to buy it from you if they want it. There's a few domains I've checked and like that I wanted for a business name, and they'll be selling it for like $1,000, $3,000. There was one I think was like $10,000. So some of these are really high priced domains if you find the right keywords, and of course you have to be the first one on it. So this can take a little time because it requires the research, but the startup cost is very little because domains, if you get it at the right timing, is usually cheap. Some of these domains, it's like $15 to get a domain name. Of course you're paying this every year on a domain though, and then if you want the privacy and all that stuff, you have to pay additional. So you could be paying $15, $30 for a domain, but that's again if you get it at the beginning. If you wait too long, when the keyword becomes popular, the pricing will go up. But the profit off of this, like I said, there's some domains that are selling for $1,000, $3,000, $10,000. It just depends on how popular that name is and how much someone's willing to pay for it. So I would say this is a side hustle, a second income, because it's not like you're going to be selling domains every day, but if you find a good one, you can make a decent profit off of it. And then number 12, we have graphic design. Graphic design is another good category to go into in 2022, just because of like all the content creating, all the marketing. If you can do the graphics for a lot of companies, you would probably get paid really good money for that. So this is a service-based business. You're offering your artistic talents to businesses and brands and individuals when doing graphic designing. So as far as amount of time, graphic designing can be time consuming. It does take time to create those graphics, but the better you get at it, the more experience you have with it, it can become easier for you. The startup cost is little to none, depending on what software you choose to use. You can use Canva, that's completely free, and create a bunch of graphics, but of course if you use something like Adobe Illustrator or Adobe Photoshop, you're going to be paying for that. But the profit when graphic designing, of course you have a range. This can be a side hustle for you, it could be a payday, or it could be a huge money maker. Just depends on how serious you choose to take it and what type of graphics you are creating. And then number 13 is something new that I learned that people are actually making money off of, but it's Audiobook Narrator, which would make sense because now in 2022, most people aren't reading like hard copy books anymore. Everyone's doing ebooks now, and a lot of people want an audiobook over an ebook. They don't even want to sit there and read the book. They want someone to read it to them. So the voices are needed to create the narration for these audiobooks that people are listening to, and you can use your voice to get paid for that. So of course this would be a service-based business, and this is going to require some time from you depending on how long the audiobook is that you are narrating. This could be time consuming, or it can be little to no time if you're doing like a 5-minute kids book or something like that. So I'm just gonna say in between is moderate because it really depends on the task that you're working on. The startup cost is none. This shouldn't cost you anything. You just need to do the recording. As long as you got a microphone, which most people's computers are already built in, you can use your headphones, whatever headsets that you have to create the narrations. The profit off of this, I would say this is a side hustle. I'm just gonna deem it as a side hustle because most people only probably do a couple of these here and there. It's not something that people do every day unless this is your actual job. But to become an audiobook narrator, there are websites out there. Just Google it and the websites will come up and you'll see the task available and the price that they're willing to pay for you to do it. Another one you can look up and actually try, number 14, you can test websites and apps. Again, this is something I can personally talk to you guys about because I've built a couple different websites. I know what that's like. I've worked on apps that I'm creating, so I know what it's like to have to test this stuff out to make sure it works, to have someone go through and look for any typos or errors or if something doesn't make sense. You can actually be paid to test websites and apps. So of course this is a service-based business. You're offering your time to go through these websites and apps to make sure everything's working, to check things out for them. The timing can be little timing to moderate depending on the task that they want you to do. Like, do they want you to go through a full checkout process? Do they just want you to check like the About Us page and look for typos? The task can be different each time, so it is going to take a little time for you, but it could be more like moderate timing if you're going through the full website. But this won't cost you anything to start up. All you need is your phone, a computer, a tablet, so you can test out these websites or apps. They'll usually specify what type of device they want you to use. Like if they want you to test the full website on a computer, you need to be on a desktop or a laptop. Or if it's an app, it'll be on a phone or an iPad, or maybe they don't even have an iPad app available and it needs to be on a phone. Or if it's an Android app, it will have to be an Android tablet. But they'll specify that what they need you to use to test out the website or app. The profit here, I would say, is a side hustle. Again, this is one of those tasks where you can just Google websites to see, where you can test websites and apps, and there's usually some tasks available. You can sign up to do it and then get paid for it. Number 15, you can be a transcriber, where you're writing transcripts or even captions for like videos. And again, this is something I know personally because doing YouTube, dealing with captions, I know what that's like. I definitely do not have the patience to sit there and put in captions. Now normally, YouTube does that for me automatically, but they usually have typos in there. Any of you guys that watch my videos with captions, you'll notice the typos because I don't go in there and edit them. Or for whatever reason, a lot of my videos YouTube picks up as me speaking Vietnamese. Could have sworn I'm speaking English to you guys. Please tell me if you don't understand me. But the language is always picked up as Vietnamese. So if I want captions on my videos, I have to go in there and manually do them, and I do not have time for that. So people will pay a pretty penny for you to go and transcribe their videos and create the captions for them. Now, of course, this is a service-based business. This is just taking your time to actually sit there and listen to these videos and type out the captions to them. This is like the old school way of how we used to do lyrics to music. Did you guys ever used to do that, where you had to sit there and listen to the song, pause it, write down the lyrics, play it again, listen to the next line, pause it, write it down? Like, that's pretty much what you're going to be doing. So this is time consuming. This can take a lot of time, of course, unless it's like a 30-second video that you're writing captions for. But if you're working with like a YouTuber and you're doing the captions for their videos that are 15, 30-minute long videos, I wish you well, because you're about to spend a lot of time doing that. But it can be very time consuming doing it. It can kind of be tedious, boring work, but it doesn't cost you any money to get started. You just need whatever video it is that they need transcribed. You do the work and you don't have to pay anything to do it. Now, as far as the profit, I guess it depends on the length of the task you're working on, the company or the person that you're working with, and how much they're paying. This could be just a side hustle, because probably after one video you're going to be tired of this anyway, and you probably won't come back to it unless for a couple months when you want to make a little more money again. So it'll probably just be a side hustle, but you can definitely turn this into a payday if you would like. And then number 16. So I mentioned to you guys in one of my videos about the app called Pexels. It's also a website where you can get like free photos and videos on there. There's also websites like iStock and whatnot that also have royalty images on there that you can use, but a lot of those you usually have to pay for. Guess who's selling those images? Random people like us. So if you want to make money online in 2022, selling photos and videos on websites like iStock is another way to make money. So of course, this is going to be a product-based business because you're selling photos and videos. It's a digital product, but it is still a product. The timing here is moderate because you actually have to take the time to take these pictures and take the videos. So it is going to take you some time. As far as your startup cost, I'm going to say little to none. The reason I say that is because I noticed when I was flipping through a lot of these pictures, a lot of the pictures, because they tell you what device is being used to take the pictures, and a lot of people are just using their phones and taking these pictures. So if you already have a phone or some type of camera, you use what you have. But of course, if you want to take this seriously, you can go buy a camera and start taking pictures. So that's where your cost will come in at. Otherwise, just use the devices you already have and you don't have to pay anything. As far as the profit, I'm going to say this is a side hustle because a lot of those pictures and videos sell for very little money. So it's just a few dollars here and there. But of course, if you list a bunch of pictures and a bunch of videos, you can make good money off of this. But I'm going to say it's a side hustle. And then number 17. You guys may have noticed this if you watched my How to Design a Clothing Line series that I did, not 2021. I think that was in 2020. Wow, it's been that long already. But anyway, so number 17 is sketching and drawing for people. For example, when I did the How to Design a Clothing Line, most people wanted to know how to sketch or how to get sketches for their clothing line because they have the ideas, but they don't know how to draw, or they don't want to learn how to draw. They don't have the time to draw even if they do know how. So they're looking for people to create their sketches for them. So this would be a service-based business. The amount of time, just speaking from experience because I do my own sketches, it is moderate. It does take time to create sketches, but the more you do it, the easier it gets and you'll get a lot faster with it, but it does take some time. The startup here is none at all. especially if you're just drawing with pen and paper or pencil and paper. Digital, you may have to buy the software for it if you don't already have one. Or I gave you guys the video of different apps and software you can use to create your designs. So you can use softwares like that and create the sketches, but it shouldn't cost you much to start up this business. And as far as the profit, unless you're creating multiple sketches daily every day, I'm going to say this is a side hustle. You might create some sketches here and there, maybe seasonally as people create new collections. So this would be a side hustle. And then going along with the sketches, people are also looking for tech packs. So number 18 would be tech packs. You can create a business just creating tech packs for people, which I showed you guys how to do in a video as well. So this would be a service-based business. You're offering, well, I guess you're selling the tech pack, but it's technically their product. You're offering the time to create the tech pack for them. And I'm going to warn you, creating tech packs is time consuming. Most places I worked at that required tech packs, they usually gave this work to the intern, or it was like an entry level position in the company creating tech packs, because tech packs actually are easy to create. They're just time consuming. So as far as your startup cost, this is really no startup cost at all, because like I showed you guys in the video, you can just use Excel to create a tech pack and it just takes time to do it. But your profit off of this, I'm going to say side hustle to payday. Like I said, there's entry-level jobs at a lot of companies that you can actually get hired for and create those tech packs. So it would be like a full-time job. But you can also do it as a side hustle, just helping out like our icons on here that are creating their own lines and they don't have time to create their own tech packs. They will probably pay you to create a tech pack here and there for them. So you can create a side hustle just out of creating tech packs. And then coming in at number 19. Pretty much everything I listed on here so far, you can do this in number 19, and that is being a freelancer. So basically you're working for yourself, offering a lot of these services that I've just provided. So being a freelancer is a service-based business. As far as the timing, because this is a general category, it can range from little to no time to very time consuming. Again, it depends on what it is that you're doing. This is a general topic, so a lot of these services I mentioned you can do as a freelancer on websites like Fiverr or freelancer.com. I was actually on Fiverr recently and was shocked at the amount of people that are on there offering their service. So you too can do that as well. The amount to start up is little to none. Now I don't know if websites like Freelancer and Fiverr charge you to actually list yourself on there. They probably do, so that's where your cost will come into play. And then of course if there's any equipment or anything like that you need for whatever service it is that you're offering. But other than that, it shouldn't cost you anything to be a freelancer, but it all depends on what it is you're doing. So as far as your profit, that too is going to depend on what it is you're doing. Some people are full-time freelancers where this is a payday for them, but some people are freelancers as a side hustle just to bring in a second source of income. So it depends on what it is you're doing and how serious you take it. So then now for the last way to make money online in 2022. Number 20, of course, is going to be an online boutique. That is what I sit here and talk to you guys about day in and day out every single day. And if you want to make money online, of course you can start an online boutique. So yes, this is a product-based business and you can offer a range of products with an online boutique. This can be time-consuming, speaking from experience, because the planning, the process, the setup, and the actual work behind it is time-consuming. The startup cost can be moderate to an investment. Again, it depends on how serious you decide to take it. Most people may start out moderate and offer a couple products. Some may jump in and make it an investment because that's how serious they are about it and will put in a pretty penny on starting their online boutique. But as far as the profit, this could be a huge money maker. It may start out as just a payday, but it'll become big if you really take it serious and you give it time to truly grow. Now you guys know I'm always always helping all of you guys get started with your online boutique. So of course, if you need help, you can reach out to me at fashionformula101.com, where I can help you guys out with starting your online boutique or help you grow your online boutique if you've already started. But that's it for this video. Those are the 20 ways to make money online in 2022. Now, I gave you 20 different ways, but I was quick and brief on each way. A lot of these 20 ways that I've offered, I have personal experience with. So if you guys need more information or need help with any of these areas, one, you can reach out to me on fashionformula101.com, but I can also probably do a series on this, on making money online in 2022, where I can run through some of these ideas that you guys are interested in, or all 20 of these ideas that you guys are interested in, and really dive deep on how to get started with these ideas. So if that is something you are interested in, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and comment below if you want the series or on whatever topic or idea that I listed in here that you want me to go further into, so that you can learn more about how to get started. Otherwise, that's 20 ways to make money online in 2022. Thank you guys for watching.